Hey y'all, this is Pastor Denny, just letting you know everything that's going on this weekend, letting you know what's going on with me and Jessica. I just wanted to do a video announcement because it's been a little while since we've all been in the same room together. As I'm sure most of you know, either from Cynthia on Sunday or Facebook announcements or the phone tree, Jessica and I are walking through round 2 of COVID. We are one of those lucky couples. Long and the short of how that worked out, we went to Ohio I was asked to officiate a funeral for a really good friend's mom. As Jack said that Sunday morning, she was like a second mom to me. Is really our family. I'm really close to their family, and it was an honor to be able to go do that. And not only that, but we were trying to schedule a trip to Ohio before it got too late to travel in the pregnancy, so that kind of forced our hand. So that was a good thing there too. Unfortunately, what was not good was apparently everybody in my family was slated to get sick that week. My sister was just on the tail end of COVID, and we went to town, and my mom and stepdad started to feel really bad Wednesday. And Wednesday night, my stepdad, who always wants to go out and do dinner as a family or something, canceled plans and just slept all day. And then late Wednesday night, mom got really sick to the point that we were honestly wondering if an ambulance needed to be called. Um, so Thursday morning, she tested for COVID. She tested positive. Jess was feeling miserable. I wasn't feeling too horrible yet. So asked mom if she wanted us to stay, but she just wanted us to leave because what can you really do other than wait it out? So we headed home, and by the end of the drive on Thursday, Jess was miserable. I was at about 50% or so. But she was miserable. Friday morning, she tested positive, and she had a rough few days. For those who don't know, pregnancy does some weird stuff to your immune system, so she was walking through that with COVID, so the symptoms were way worse for a few days. I had tested on Friday and was negative, but I knew it was inevitable because we had just spent 8 hours in the car together. Saturday, had a few symptoms. Sunday, few symptoms. Monday, a little bit worse. Tuesday, I was honestly basically back to my old self, and I was looking forward to getting 2 negative test results in a row because I was supposed to go to Nashville, North Carolina Friday and Saturday for an Emmaus training weekend. However, this morning I woke up and could barely talk and felt absolutely miserable. I am well Dayquil'd right now, and I took a test, and that fancy little line under the T does not stand for terrific. I don't think it stands for terrible either, but I'm going to say it stands for terrible. Anyway, so I feel like the real COVID test or the real test of having COVID started for me yesterday, so I'm still walking through all this nastiness. Jessica's on the upswing. So we still got a few things up in the air for this weekend, but here's what I wanted to say. First, and everything will piggyback off of this. Thank you to everybody with the help on the flood buckets. That was way above and beyond. I set a very audacious goal of 24, and I know it was shortly after that the conference was calling on every church to try to do 12, and I think they meant that's like on a per charge basis, and we actually knocked that out of the park. We managed to pack 25 buckets total, and we had extra supplies. Jack took all of that stuff down to Goldsboro yesterday and dropped it off. Those buckets are going to go to help just families rebuild from all of the flooding in Kentucky. If you haven't seen the pictures or seen the news, it's been horrible. So thank you all for being the hands and feet of Jesus. It was awesome, especially with me being gone the Sunday at a funeral, and we only had 2 weeks to put all this together. Y'all really came through, and it's just a beautiful thing when we get to work together like that. But what that proved with me being sick last Saturday when we had the packing was pastor doesn't always have to be there when we're being the hands and feet of Jesus. Sometimes pastor can lead from the sidelines, so I'm hoping that I can just help lead from the sidelines for the barbecue this weekend. I already have trophies for it. I have prizes for first, second, and third place. People already know about it. Pieces are in place. Really just hoping I can lead from the sidelines. I was going to reach out to a couple people later this afternoon and tomorrow to put pieces in place. Because we got sick when we weren't even in town, we're really not a danger to anybody because nobody's really been around us for a week and a half now. But we are still very contagious, as this little test right here proves. It's frustrating to me. Let me say, I hate being in this situation. It's miserable. I wish it on nobody. So I would ask for prayers for me and Jess as we are still walking through this. Like I said, Jess is on the upswing. I feel like I am still on the downswing now. And prayers for others who have COVID. Somebody reached out yesterday, and I found out, and today actually too. Brett, Betsy, and Kelsey Perkins all have COVID. Ray does not have it yet. He is not tested positive. So prayers for Ray and Brett, Betsy, and Kelsey. And prayers for Melva, who had it the first week that I was out and is now recovering. And prayers for Trish and Tom, who had a pretty bad case of it and are still on the upswing now. Prayers for healing for all of them. But I also did have some good news to share. Congratulations to Kevin Poole's son Daniel and his wife Brittany, who had their daughter Berkeley Elizabeth Poole Monday. Everything went well there, and congratulations, y'all. That's awesome. Seriously, just I want to thank y'all for hanging out there with us, hanging in there with us. It's been a weird couple of weeks, and it feels like more and more people are getting COVID again, so we're just kind of playing it by ear. Like I said, Saturday, still plan on having everything as normal. Sunday, worship will be as normal, whether or not I'm there. Like I said, pastor does not always have to be in that same room because the Holy Spirit works through anybody and everybody, and we are all capable of being the hands and feet of Jesus. Sorry I rambled for a little bit there. It's been one of those weird long days, and I've actually recorded this like 6 times, and the last one I thought was perfect, and the microphone wasn't on. So just love y'all. God bless, and can't wait to see y'all when I'm not contagious. Blessings.